Okay, Virginia is seeing an absolute founding fathers nightmare right now, and we're going to see how this plays out. We're actually watching how it plays out right now. Something like 98% of the counties in Virginia have declared themselves sanctuary cities for the Second Amendment. Um, and this was one you wanted to talk about. So let's hear what article you've got.
I did. I pulled one up from the. It's a Virginia legislative update.
Okay.
It comes from the U.S. Texas Law Shield.
Okay. What's the title of that article?
It is Virginia legislative update: restrictive gun laws proposed for 2020. And actually, this came out in December, so it's not. It's it's not 2020, but it is. It's the same restrictions, and it states. For me, I know about weapons. I was in the military.
Uh huh. Make sure.
I know what assault weapons do.
Yeah.
What they're
Make sure
for.
to point that at your mouth. There you go.
What they're for, and I have to tell you, if you were to, well, what this law wants to ban, high on the list, the proposed laws or measures intend to make the purchase of assault weapons illegal. The purpose, first of all, any weapon you have is an assault weapon. It can be used that way.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be a semi-automatic, whether it be a revolver, whatever, it can be used to assault.
Yeah. If it is. Yep.
So it's kind of vague in how they describe these. The purpose laws define assault weapon by listing features of weapons the law would ban. As written, the law would ban the purchase of most common AR, AK, and similar type weapons.
Mm-hmm.
The potential for these weapons to be grandfathered in for those who currently own them has been considered, with that caveat that owners register their weapons. So, first of all, a lot of people and even our legislators have referred to these as weapons of war. They are not weapons of war, because if you're facing an enemy and you go with a semi-automatic and they're using a 50 caliber automatic weapon, they're going to have more firepower than you do. So
Yeah.
that's now. Do they look like them? Yeah, they look like them. But as far as being a bat can be an assault weapon.
A baseball bat could
A
be
a baseball bat, yes. And actually in the UK they're using knives.
Well,
And they've actually, what they did was they've taken the point off of knives.
they've outlawed knives with a point on the
Yes,
end.
yes.
Assault knives.
Assault, yes.
What a bunch. And everybody knows. So here's what's frustrating, Bob. I don't have to tell you this because you know. And I'm going to guess most of the people at home know. It doesn't matter if you make it against the law. That's what a criminal. That's what the dictionary term of a criminal is. Someone who breaks the law. Fine, make guns illegal. The criminals who are still out there right now using guns illegally are going to continue to use guns illegally. The good people, that responsible gun owners, are still not going to be crazy with them.
You're actually putting them at risk.
Right? Yeah, they can defend themselves even less now.
I'm sure those folks in
that church in Texas.
were very grateful for that retired gentleman in law enforcement had a weapon there to minimize much more damage that could have occurred.
Well, now can I clarify something with you?
Sure.
So did you see this town hall in Virginia?
No.
Oh, Bob, you're gonna love this.
Okay, give it to me.
Anti-gun expert says how you hold the gun makes it an assault weapon. So many people, especially on the left, who hate guns, don't actually know the difference between automatic or semi-automatic or bolt action.
Automatic weapons are illegal.
Right. Yeah.
And if
right.
you could buy one, if you could buy an old M16, it would cost you about $25,000.
Right, with special permits and special
Absolutely,
applications.
you can get them. Yes.
However, I believe this was a legislator in the state of Virginia. Let me make sure. Yes, in the video, Democrat Virginia, Mark Levine says the biggest difference between hunting rifles and assault weapons is how you hold the gun. Let me show this to you.
All right, question from the audience about assault weapon ban. So on the Senate side, Senator Saslaw had an assault weapons ban that he...
Look at the graph on mass murders, they go up and up till 94. Shooters. And so what the bill does is it distinguishes basically the difference between guns that go like this These are rifles. You use them to shoot an animal, and you can shoot very precisely with a rifle, an animal. These are the guns that hunters use. They go like this, and you look down the barrel, and you can shoot very precisely. You can have a scope. Those are the kinds of things that hunters like to use. Mass shooters don't like things that go like this, because what that means is someone can hit the rifle butt against their head. Deer don't do this, elk don't do this, but humans trying to save their lives do this. It's very hard to shoot a lot of people fast that way. So hunters, so the mass shooters use guns that go like this, all right? Pistol grips, things like that. And guns that go like this are widely inaccurate. That's why hunters don't like them. But mass shooters do like them. Because their goal is generally not to accurately shoot one person, like an assassin, but to shoot many, many people fast. You may know that in Dayton, the shooter got off some 75 rounds in less than 30 seconds, shooting 40-odd people, while the police were right there. That's what these guns do. That's why they're so useful in the military. You want to mow down an approaching army. They're not useful for hunting. They're also not useful for self-defense. The best weapons for self-defense in your home is a shotgun. What's a shotgun? A shotgun's very powerful. You shoot a shotgun, and it shoots some 40 pellets out.
So this goes on for another few minutes. And the people just don't even believe him. It sounds like this guy's never actually shot a gun. And he's trying to say that an assault, that people either use a bolt action style hunting rifle, or they want like a minigun, it sounds like. With pistol grips. Now, I don't know about you, but when I go hunting, I've hunted with AR-15s, and it's a breeze. It's amazing to hunt with. But according to him,
it's a lightweight
yeah.
weapon. It's accurate, and I have a bolt action. I have shot bolt actions. If you're out hunting, you better be fairly good at shooting, because by the time it takes you a split second to eject that cartridge and chamber another round.
Yeah.
But you're gonna hold a rifle basically the same way.
Right. And yes. And that's what a lot of people don't understand is those traditional brown wooden hunting rifles and an AR-15. It's the same exact type of gun, same exact type of bullets. It's just a different look. One looks a little more scary. One looks like you would expect some guy with a plaid shirt to be carrying it around.
But haven't we made it that way?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You know, it's oh my goodness, these are assault. Although they're weapons of war, and I don't know if you get a 30-aught. I've shot a 30-aught 6. That's got a round about 3 inches long. The projectile is probably 3/4 of an inch, and the range on that is quite far.
It's just concerning because this guy he seems to be either one, he doesn't know guns well enough to be talking about passing legislation. Well, he says so.
What's his qualification?
Well, he's a politician, I guess. So don't question him, okay?
He's
a man of the state.
There, I did it again.
Yeah. So it's either he has no idea about guns, or he's willingly being dishonest, where he makes it look like people are committing these. You know, you take an AR-15 fully automatic to go mow people down. Again, to come back to what we said earlier, criminals break laws. You can make all guns illegal. People are going to get them. If they want to do a mass shooting, they'll figure it out. But mass shootings are not typically hold the trigger down and spray and pray. Okay, like the Las Vegas thing, that's slightly different.
Well, first of all, you have to pull that trigger every time.
Yeah, every single time you got to pull a trigger.
It's illegal to have an automatic weapon.
Right.
Without the accurate licensing. And that person that committed that heinous crime in Las Vegas had multiple weapons in that room. And we still amazing. We don't know much about him.
Yeah, we still know almost nothing. We still know almost nothing about the Las Vegas situation, which is...
It's a little suspicious.
So we're not actually sure even how that gun situation played out. Regardless, criminals will be criminals.
Absolutely.
What other things have you seen coming up on this Virginia gun thing that's got you concerned, other than just the?
Well, you know, the most important is it's a Second Amendment right possess those weapons. And if we understand the real purpose for that Second Amendment, it is to protect you from tyrannical governments that come in and try to seize your rights, to eliminate those. That's what the Second Amendment was designed.
Look no further than the cable news on the night and see what China is doing to Hong Kong.
Absolutely.
All they want to do is be an individual country, have their own personal rights, not be whisked off into the middle of the night by a Chinese authority.
Go look up Mexico's murder rate.
Another good example. Tyrannical gangs running around. Yeah, and they're not allowed to hold guns.
They're right. They in Mexico you can't own a gun.
Yeah.
So just check them out, their crime and their murder rate there.
Yeah, it's not getting better.
It is not.
Any closing comments on the situations in Virginia right now?
Actually, they had been reporting about a week or two ago about all the white supremacists and all the terrible events that were going to occur, and what happened? They had a peaceful protest.
That's right. Yeah, thousands of people all strapped with guns, rifles,
absolutely.
handguns. What? I saw some guy there with a 50 caliber sniper rifle, even. And not even one citation.
Nope. I think they even cleaned up after themselves.
The place was cleaner when they left than when they got there.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the left-leaning media that hates guns and the people who hate guns, we should have expected World War VII to pull off right there.
Oh, they were preparing for a battle.
No. Again, I think this is one of those things where, as the internet comes more and becomes more and more influential, more and more people are not buying in to this argument that guns kill people, and it's becoming more and more clear that people kill people.
Absolutely.
Like we said in London, take the guns away. There's no guns in London. And now they're resorting to knives. Okay, so we'll take the knives away.
Or cars or trucks.
Or cars or trucks, yeah. Or ropes or whatever, or your own hands. People kill people. Guns don't kill people. So
no, someone has to operate them.
Yep. So anyhow, we'll see how this develops. It actually, I don't know. We'll see how this develops. It kind of seems like it's after the sanctuaries thing and this huge rally from a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. It seems like this actually might be slowing down, but
I think there are actually more states and counties that are adopting that, or just coming out and saying, look, we're not going to prosecute these people.
yeah.
And keep in mind, and I have to keep in mind for myself, if I'm waiting for a first responder, that could be anywhere from 10, 20, 30 minutes. And you are actually the first responder. It's your home, your family.
Yeah.
So I would kind of end with that, and there's still going to be the push, because they're all these guns, and they're gonna give you the statistics. And one other thing before we go.
Okay.
To define a mass shooting, it doesn't have to be. I mean, any shooting is awful. It's terrible, and it's just awful. But if you go and commit suicide in a school or around a school, that's considered a school shooting. And if one or two in a bar or whatever, it's awful, but it's still in the statistics, it's classified as a mass shooting. So we're kind of getting an unfair definition of what that actually is. It's like when a plane crashes, it gains a lot of attention, and that again, that too is a terrible event, but you don't hear too much about minor crashes or those are the ones that get the attention. But I think just keeping everything in perspective. Exercise your rights. Know what they are.
I think you said the best closing word is when it comes to guns and the Second Amendment, you are the first responder. You need to be responsible for protecting yourself and your family,
Absolutely.
especially in your home. So, okay, everybody, we'll catch you on the next episode, all right? Thanks. My name is Ryan Derks. I'm running from Missouri's 5th Congressional District, and I approve this message.